ARC is the American River Conservancy, protecting land and water within the American and Cosumnes River watersheds.
To me, protecting places like this is so important, making sure that they're around for the future. This is why I got into conservation, is to have these spaces for future generations, and so that the wildlife and the plants can thrive and provide us with the ecosystem services that we so desperately need.
One of the things that is significant about this property, and indeed along the whole length of the Cosumnes River, is the amount of habitat that it provides. And the oak woodlands in particular provide habitat for over 300 species of birds and mammals and reptiles and amphibians. And so that's, to me as a biologist, that's a really important piece of why we're protecting this place.
Well, my favorite part out here is that it just feels natural, like a nice vast area of land that doesn't have houses or buildings or developments, and you have a feeling when you're out here that it's been this way forever.
On the main fork here, one of the largest intact ecologies was this ranch. At 7,000 acres, the blue oak woodland here is one of the most intact, unbroken blue oak woodlands in essentially the world, certainly California.
For me, like Dorado Ranch represents a lot around the Cosumnes, and the Cosumnes is the thing that I love about this area. It's the untamed waterway, the just natural flow of it, the kind of connection to history in the way that the river flows is something that is truly incredible for me. And so when I think about Dorado Ranch, I think a lot about the Cosumnes and the waterways that play into that, and the history that's tied there, both from a human perspective and also just a natural world perspective, and what it can tell us about our past, and I'm excited about its future.
Groups like ARC are central to WCB's mission. Our partnerships are everything. We're here to make conservation happen, but we can't do it without partners like ARC. And the fact that ARC can hold this property until the Department of Fish and Wildlife is ready to take ownership is such an important piece of the actual conservation journey.
To me, one of the things that's so special about this conservation project in particular is the fact that we really strike this balance between what is often in conservation projects this either or. It's either recreation or it's something else. And this really strikes this happy medium. It's a working landscape and has been for hundreds of years and will continue to be once this project is preserved. We can have recreation, we can have beautiful conservation for the wildlife in the areas that need to be protected for them, and we can have cattle grazing right next door.
I've noticed from being on the Cosumnes, it's had a huge Indian presence with the Native Americans. There's more bedrocks along this river than any other river I've been along. And it just shows how it's evolved and changed over the years from when the Native Americans were out here. And the Cosumnes is still one of the few remaining undammed rivers, so you have a more natural flow of water.
These are the ancestral lands of the Eldorado Band of Miwok Indians. We called ourselves the Tumele Nisinam Miwok, and our people have traveled and lived on these lands that ARC is protecting for thousands and thousands of years. There are homesteads that go back thousands of years. There are homesteads here that go back 50 years. We have live cemeteries where people are still interned, and we still take care of those cemeteries, as well as thousands of years ago. That's a beautiful thing, to be able to touch that, to be able to connect us down here and know that my people have stood here. It's a beautiful thing.
Dorado Ranch is, of course, going to help us on our goal to protect 30% of our lands and coastal waters by 2030. So this is one 7,100 acre parcel that's going to contribute to that overall 30 million acres goal that we're reaching towards.
We're so close to having Phase 5 complete and having Dorado Ranch be something that is available for everyone to be able to be here and commune with nature. So join us, be a part of this. Come and support ARC and get involved in whatever way makes the most sense for you. We're so excited for you to participate with us and to be a part of this incredible project.
I'm so thankful for the work that ARC has done. for all the contributions from state, federal agencies, private citizens to be able to purchase this land and keep it in its natural state and perpetuity.
Being at El Dorado Ranch makes me feel happy, makes me feel at peace, makes me feel that certain kind of joy that everybody gets being out in nature, and knowing that it's going to be here for future generations to enjoy. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what we're here for.
The El Dorado Ranch project is almost done. We need your support to push us over the goal line and have it finished and protected forever.
El Dorado Ranch is indeed one of the largest conservation projects that will ever happen in El Dorado County. This is a legacy project. This is a project that people will remember for years and generations to come. I hope that you'll join us in protecting this beautiful landscape.